Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to Zurich Classic of New Orleans and PGA Tour. Within PGA Tour 2K25, we're playing week 3 here. Right, wind back down to low. Alright, nice alligator with the ball. It's in Louisiana though, it says, so obviously TPC Louisiana would be in Louisiana. So let's see where we sit. Yes, it looks like Brandon and I are going to tee off together. Matty Schmid, one hole ahead of us, is tied with me. And we'll see. Not seeing anything else, but verification, Rose Zhang, cut. Alright, let's let this go out. Yeah, maybe a few more people in the stands. It was a little more sparse on Thursday when I got a good look at it. But again, we talked about the course not being super wide in other rounds. More so in the second round when we had the crazy crosswind. So again, it looks like maybe it's going to be in the same directions, but even with a 6-mile-an-hour wind, which is what we had, now dropping down to a 4, you can see things. All right, and I think that's as far as we can go. Let's see. Might not be enough, but I'm going to give it a try. Okay, it's on the green, nearing the hole, but gonna take a bit of a turn because of the slope of the green, obviously, but not bad. Don't know that I could have done much better with anything else, so heck of a fall to begin with. No, it's not going to come. Oh, wow. Like it's not going to come back enough, but it did. All right, well, now Matty Schmid is showing that he is insanely good. As is Brandon Wu, who's, well, I guess he's just hanging on because he was one ahead of me. So he got the par. Wow. I need to slow down my opens. That's not going to help anybody if I keep doing that. Alright, a little bit too straight, but it might work out here. Let's see. Up on the green. Are we going to stay, or are we going to get to the edge and roll off? No, looks like we'll stay. Now, a bit of craziness. 41 feet. Right, down, up, and slow down, slow down. All right, awesome. Should be a birdie. Whoops. My finger slipped. Did not look good at all, but it worked out. So we shall see what we've got there. Martin is continuing to play very, very well. He just keeps getting birdies along with me, so we'll see. It's always difficult when you're playing well, but you can't gain ground. So I'd say that's perfect all around, just a little hard with the overswing, but technically that's 4 perfects when you get into it. Usually the distance doesn't matter, and again, 1% was not going to be what made the difference there. Alright, we do have downhill, so we don't want to overdo it. So that should be fine, because that's the hill. Of course, now it goes really far over because that's the hill. Wow, that rolled quite a bit. Alright, let's see. Hopefully I can make it work. Alright. It's not an easy putt. Not in any way, shape, or form. Alright, we're tied. So he got a bogey. So he is human after all. Let's keep in mind, this is only the third round. We still have a whole other day of golf to play. So this could turn into who knows what. If you're joining this and you are watching, first off, thank you. But if you were joining expecting TGC and wondering, where is TGC? Why isn't it here? They basically had a week off before what looks like the start of Season 12. Not sure what day this may appear on. I'm just playing rounds. Maybe this will happen after, but TGC will not be back till Tuesday. That should be pretty... Oh, yeah. All right. Once in a while, they do go in, so... I was with... well, par or better. That had to have been a birdie. All right, it was. Okay. Yeah, once in a while, the flops don't move a lot, so... It's pretty rare to have it fall in, but it does happen. Oop. So I think this was the one I had rolled over the path, so I got close. Let's see. I'm going to say it's more of an over than a forward. And if I don't get great timing, but I did. And that's good. I'd rather have really good rhythm because then I can adjust my play to that. But a lot of times I'll have trouble with some of the wedges and things. Alright, so I am playing quite strong. 4 birdies in 5 holes. So I am definitely making a run and a case for why I should win this. Alright, hitting strongly. Yeah, I wish these benefits would go into the online societies, but obviously that would make it difficult to kind of keep things fair. Because not everybody would be playing the career, whatever. I guess I should let this go. I was speeding it up and then realized that this is heading right where I need it to. And it's going to the green, and we've agreed we're not fast forwarding those. Not this time. Man, it was close though. It really wanted to go in. It waved high to the hole as it went on by. That's for sure. Okay, looked down over the edge, but was solidly on the grass as it went by. Did not lip out, did not change direction, but it was fun. Alright, we've got par 5 again. So this is the time to try to capitalize. Alright, we're going to pull this back. It's going to go over. We're going to put some backspin on it. We'll see if we can hold the green. Because I think doing a choked 5-wood would be difficult. I don't know. Yeah, see, that didn't even land on there. Come on up the hill. Finish your trip. I think it did. Yeah. Alright, it's in that kind of whitish area, so I wasn't sure. Ooh. Oh, I hate these. It's like twisting as it's going. I don't know. Wow. Come on back. That was probably my stroke more than anything. I had kind of an open, a closed, but again, walking away with another birdie. Nothing to be upset about. Brandon is going to stay on my tail, I think. And, you know, usually what I've seen is like once they start going and they start going well, they do maintain things through the round. I don't see the AI do a lot of suddenly not doing well in a round when they start out doing really well. So that is the one thing. It's like, and similarly when they're struggling, oh, would have been wonderful if we could have gotten another one, but it's okay. Not greedy. I'll be happy with a card full of birds. Alright. I have been doing really, really well. Do I push it? It's gonna go to the right anyway. I mean, I was going for it, but whether it was like subliminal worry, whatever it was, you know, it's like, no, we're gonna stay away from the water. So, alright, it's gonna curve a little bit at the end. Ooh, probably too far. Maybe? No, it crossed back over. It wasn't too far. That is crazy. Wow. Alright, now is that a par? I think it is. It might have been a bird. I don't know. I think it was a par. I think that's a par 3. Just a really difficult par 3. Because it is right there on the water. And I think every pin placement is over there. Oh, that is the first really poor rhythm I've had this round. Alright, this is far enough that I'm going to have to kind of stick with a partial wedge swing here. A little bit of an overswing, let's see. Not too bad. Alright. Alright, a tiny bit over there. Ooh, not super straight, but good enough. Alright. So I'm literally doing 2 birdies a par, 2 birdies a par, 2 birdies a par. Let's see if we can keep the pattern up, I guess. I should hope I could get a birdie on this, so. Alright, 5 degrees open, but with the wind and where I was aiming, that worked out. Now this was one I had difficulty getting to before. Man. Whoops. So, let's see. 5. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. This one's a hard one. Just a really hard hole to approach. Plus 1.79 on the power. So I should be okay. We're over. It just, will we get up here? We will. How close? I'd say that was really solid. That was really, really solid. This is a lot. Ugh. Oh well. It was a try, but I think we still can get a bird here. Yep. So hopefully it should be pretty easy. Ooh. A little close to the left, but it fell. Alright, I mean, again, this is a really good round. So this is where I do struggle a bit. Like, I mean, every once in a while it's the same thing, even when I was struggling in the game in general. Every once in a while, I'd suddenly get, everything would come together and I'd have a really, really good round. It doesn't mean that everything's too easy. Like, that doesn't happen all the time. So, we'll see. So again, some folks might be like, well, you should lower things or make things more difficult because you've been doing well in the last few things. And yeah, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see where we end up. It's only the 3rd round, for goodness sakes. While we're here on the 3rd round, since I'm remembering it, and every time I remember it, like at some point, I'm like, oh, I'll bring it up next hole or whatever, and then I forget. If you'd be so kind as to like and subscribe. Those things are greatly appreciated and are very important for a channel like myself, small and kind of trying to get noticed. So if you would be so kind, that would be wonderful. And again, comment, you know, give me feedback. Just let me know you're enjoying things, whatever it is. Always happy to hear from folks. All right, I'm gonna go a little bit less here. But I think, because it'll clearly land on the green, and then we just need to get close to the hole. Wow, that was still too far, even though I pulled back one club, but it's alright. Alright, now I tried to come off of this one before, and it was crazy the way it went. So, let's see. Although I think I was in the... Oh! I think I was in the, off the fringe, like I had to roll through the whole fringe, too. So I'm guessing because it's probably got more grip. But that time we did 3 birdies and a par. So we were a little ahead of pace, so it's alright. Again, not going to be greedy in the outcome here. But I'm definitely putting myself in a good spot the way I've been playing. Oof, not enough. So it's going to come back down, which is going to make it a challenging putt at best. And it will come back a bit, but I don't know. Wow. Yeah, like I said, this is just one of those days, one of those rounds where everything is working, and sometimes it just happens. Oh, transatlantic showdown, interesting. I don't understand. I don't know what that means. I know in theory what it means, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it's the PGA. There's golfers from everywhere, but... So, not sure. It was interesting. Because that looks like one that's just part of the game that will get me something, so who knows, that may be a nice VC drop. That would be really cool. Alright, we're gonna get close here. But we gotta move a little bit because of the lie. Might be too far to the right. Because we did open the club face a bit. Definitely trying to, you know, hone things in. Oh, come on, really? I hate when you're close and then you get, like, the little bit. Oh, that's just awful. Up and too far. Way too far. Not just a little too far. Way too far. I think I did this on this hole before. Remember what I said? Like, you can't assume anything. Alright, well, that gives me a bogey. Again, Brandon's only 2 strokes behind. Like, he is not giving up. Which is nice, because that makes a good competitive round. Oof. I hesitated on the backswing, and you can see that in the rhythm. Yeah, definitely not smooth. So I know exactly what happened there. Alright, I'm gonna do a long flop, which I know won't get me close enough, probably, but it'll give me more control. And that is honestly the thing I need right now. I do not want to give up strokes. So I'm okay, you know, maybe walking away with a par here. Because again, I have a 2-stroke lead. Like, I don't need to pull further away. See, and this may not be an easy one. This may still be a problem. And it is. Golly. So that is exactly the point. So now we've had 2 bogeys in a row. And Brandon got the par, so again, I mean, if I give bogeys, I'm giving them what they need. Yep, still gonna go right. Man, I'm only 3.79. I mean, yeah, the wind is blowing that way a bit, but it really should not have gone that far over, I would say. Obviously, it doesn't matter what I say, but being very gentle here. I'd rather be short. I won't be. But I'd rather be short than roll all the way to the fringe and have a really challenging putt. Right. So, now if Brandon did something crazy, alright, or Maddie. So now Maddie's up there too, but they're final. So, unless I lose 2 strokes, I'm going to be ahead of Maddie. Oh my god, I really hesitated. And then that, like, I jerked at the same time. Man, I don't want to be 2 strokes behind, but I'm certainly not helping my prospects, I'll tell you that. Alright, at least I'm not headed toward the water. You can't quite tell the lie in there. Jump over. Alright, beautiful. End up in the light rough, that's okay. Alright. I rolled off of this before. So this is dangerous. This is absolutely dangerous. Oh boy. So dangerous. I think I'm just gonna end up in the bunker. Yeah, alright. I suppose in the grand scheme of things, maybe that's okay. Let's see. Beautiful. And even that, like if I had gone to 100%, I might have been in the water. Alright, so how did Brandon do? So, bit of challenge in the last 4 holes. Nothing too great. I mean, I got pars, which is good enough. But yeah, the crazy momentum, like again, everything going the right way, it stopped. Alright, so it looks like I have a 2-stroke lead. And really, it's a 3-way race at this point. I do not think anybody else, unless unless we fall apart, I don't think anybody else can come and challenge us. So we have pulled away from the field. But you can see Matty Schmid 7 under, Brandon 5 under. Again, Brandon was the one, I think, who was a stroke ahead of me. Now he's 2 strokes behind because I did beat him by 3 in this round. Alright, so at this point, all my equipment is maxed. Again, the driver and the irons are on the new pink diamond that they just introduced. So I am, kind of as many clubs as possible, including my most important one, the driver. That's why I picked it. I could have done wedges and irons, for example, but I'm like, no. I think the driver is always a good one to have as jacked up as I can. Alright, so the Transatlantic Showdown just got me XP. Alright, so the other thing I've noticed, like, we do get an increase in followers, but obviously since, again, we don't have a bar, it's not doing that little brrr, or it's moving along. So we are officially at 11 million. I saw we got 81,000 followers from that round. But, again, better and better and better, but I'm just barely hanging on. So it just shows how the field is also getting better and better and better. Definitely might be my best performance ever. Well, no, I ended up 30 under, which I think is what then ended up having me also jack up the difficulty level at one point of the field, which really wouldn't have changed my ability to get 31 under. But we've got one more round to go in this. And I'm thinking all of these are going to get in before we get back to TGC Tours, but then the next event is going to be kind of in the normal split, where I've got 4 days with TGC and 3 days with the career round, and then we'll kind of be back in for, I assume, 48 weeks, back in the situation that we do that every week. So we'll have less progress getting to the PGA tournament, but that's okay. That's how it goes. We don't want to inundate people with golf. 1 round a day is certainly plenty. I will see you next time.